Hello there. If you got a foam roller, let's start with that today. So we are around the time of the solstice. Clearing of my nose before I do Kapalabhati, why not? And we are around the time of, particular right now, the winter solstice here. If you are in the time zone that I live in. And there's something about this time for me that's very magical. So let's share together. One of the things that's been coming up for me in different ways lately, just inspired shares, is this idea of really going into the darkness and allowing ourselves to find that richness that comes from those nooks and crannies that we don't necessarily address or gaze into. And I'm thinking the foam roller gets into those nooks and crannies that we don't often address or gaze into. So just get your foam roller and we'll just start it out. I'm going to start with my right hip and just start with that roller right around that right hip buttock region. And just lean into it. And you can roll gently, but allow your body to sink into the roller. Allow your body to say yes to those nooks and crannies. Allow your nervous system to say, I'm supported as I go deeper. I'm supported as I allow myself to relax into going deeper. Because sometimes we just go, we brace and then we go deeper, and then I'm holding my muscles and my nerves all tight, and I'm kind of cutting off that sense of flow, that sense of connection that can come from going deeper. So just rolling that right hip, that right buttock a bit. I know I definitely feel the going deeper aspect. And then play around with rolling it over your sit bone. And then eventually move it from the more derriere side where your buttock is, kind of get into the butt region, pull that whole glute where your sit bone is. Ooh, that's nice and deep there. The thing about foam rollering is you can just like kind of roll it out, but when I really get the goods of it is when I really let myself sink into it. I give myself the time, recurring theme as well, give myself the time to relax and sink into the area that might be a little unknown or possibly a little painful. If you've gotten your buttock region, roll more onto the side now, and we're going to work on that IT band, that side of the leg. Supporting myself with my other arm, starting at the top of the leg here. Getting into that top IT band. Find your places. Just going to take it down the leg. You can use your other leg if it's too much, too intense. Keep yourself out of the roller as much as you need to, but then allow yourself to sink down into the roller as you warm up and as your body and being and your mind, I'm trying to face you a little bit more clearly, start to relax. Look on the outside now of my right thigh. On the leg, it would be right in that place where your thigh, your front thigh muscle, there's a little crease and it goes to the back thigh muscle, that place between the front and the back thigh muscles. So that would be the place between your quadriceps and your hamstrings. I'm almost to my knee here. And then from there, I'm going to roll over onto the tops of my thighs. So I haven't done my left leg yet, but I'm going to allow both of my tops of my thighs to get in on the action. Since I have been working on my right leg more, I'm feeling my right leg willing to go deeper than my left leg is at this point. That may or may not be what happens for you, by the way. I'm moving up my thighs. And now right around where my pubic bone is, and then resting my belly. So now I'm going to just allow myself to breathe into this area. So I've got the foam roller right across between my two my two hip bones. And now I'm going to breathe into this area before I do the other side. Maybe inhale about 6 counts, exhale about 6 counts. You can adjust the placement of the roller per what you are wanting to explore here. And if you feel like you want to play music during this section, go right ahead. Because I'm recording this and it's going on YouTube, I really can't play music for you in the background. But this might be, and sometimes you just want to be with your own thoughts and be with your own breath and be quiet. And other times, just some music can really help get you there as well. So don't shy away from it because I don't use it here on the video, okay? It's a tool like anything else, yeah? We can use aromatherapy, we can use essential oils, we can use music, we can use different lighting, different clothing, different videos. And then from there, come all the way off of your foam roller. And take a moment and sit in Vajrasana and just notice if you have a difference between the two sides of your body, right and left. Really allow yourself to take some varying breaths. Some are more shallow, some are more deep. So you can see what has shifted for you, what orientation is new or same or different. Take the foam roller for the other side now. Work on that left buttock, left in the deep hip, and then all the way to the butt. And then we're going to roll over and then go down the IT band, then the thighs, and then end up on the belly like we did before. You got your music playing. I hope you're enjoying it. Again, I can't do that for copyright laws and all, but I can be playing something in my head if I want. And right now, it's the music of sharing space with you. Hoping that you're making this desirable for yourself in this moment of going into those nooks and crannies. How can I make it fun for me? How can I make it something I want to do instead of something that I just dread? When we start having our little habits and routines, that a lot of our habits and routines work for us, yeah? But sometimes they can just become, you've done them so long, it's like, really, one more time? And when you're done, it feels great and all that, but getting there. So what can I do to entice myself when the practice is not enough? What can I do to inspire myself when the promise of the practice is just not enough? And as a human being, different times of season, that type of scenario could come up. If you have things like seasonal affect disorder or get moods related to weather or just what's going on in your life, how can you make it delicious and fun for yourself? It's like, sure, we can eat the same food every day and it'd be pretty fine, but how can I make it fun and delicious? How can I really enjoy what's available to me here on planet Paradise? Okay, moving into my sit bone region now, my buttock. This side's very different than my other side. And why wouldn't it be? Well, I guess if I was more symmetrical, it wouldn't be as different, but Also, I'm sensitive to my asymmetries, having worked with myself for so long. It's not a good or bad thing. And now taking it from the butt. A little more in the glute there, I think. I didn't want to go up there that much on my higher glute. Oh yeah, there we go. And then taking it over onto the side. Now rolling down that IT band, that side. Woo. And I'm not making lots of sounds like ow, 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 and all that, but I sure could be. Just because I'm not making those sounds doesn't mean I'm not thinking them, or doesn't mean I'm just sitting here gliding. I am feeling intensity here. I don't know very many people that don't feel intensity here. Oh, there's a sound for you. Find those nooks and crannies. Go into the solstice of you, that place of your dark. The light hasn't been on for a while. Where you've been resting in there. One way I like to think about it is we have, for the summer solstice, you know, the brightest day of the year, how with the winter solstice, we have the brightest night of the year. So what is your nighttime in there? Oh yeah. Aw. I'm feeling the love all the way down my leg. Between my front thigh muscle and my back thigh muscle, between my hamstring and my glute and my quadricep. I'm almost down to my knee now. Ooh. You know, those ropey areas. And now moving on to fronts of my thighs. With more focus on my left thigh. That's where I was. Whew. And then eventually, I can actually use just a little bit more time on this left quadricep. So if you'd like to move on, go ahead and roll it all the way up and lay on your belly. But we'll take a little bit more time here because why not? I'm there. I'm in. Might as well do it. Open the gate and then roll yourself. So you're onto your belly. As that foam roller comes up, really allow your lower back to relax. I'm going to flip around here. For better sound. And now, inhale, hands out in front, bring your body up, really extend through the legs, tops of the feet on the floor, and then exhale, drawing my elbows back, bring my body down into my darkness. Inhale into my light, and then exhale down into the dark. 2 more times. Inhale up, and exhale down. 1 more time, inhale up, and exhale down, resting. Bend my right knee, grab my top of my right foot, stretching out my right quadricep. Inhale, bring my body up, and then exhale, bring my body down. Inhale up, sliding my left hand back, and exhale down. This might be better if you were not on a mat, you're just on carpet or floor here. Inhale back up. My hand is not all on the sticky mat there, so it can slide. And back down. Inhale up. If you want to lift your right knee off the floor, make it a little bit deeper. And then come on down. Take a moment. Bend your left knee. Take it in your left hand. Top of the left foot in your left hand. Inhale, sliding my right hand back. And exhale back down. A few more times, 3 more. Inhale up. And exhale back down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now lift your left knee off the floor if you want to. Bring the body up in any order you like. Stay there and breathe. Exhale. You're going to feel some intensity in your guts. Hope didn't just have lunch. This was probably not the practice for you. Just wait until you've digested before you do this. I just had something to drink and I'm feeling it, so. And come on down, relax. And then roll over onto your back, buttocks on the foam roller. And slight roll your body down the foam roller. Just bring some space in your lower back here. I'm supporting my head with my hands. So I get just got a little weird cramp in my leg. But play with now the foam roller on your back muscles and just see how that feels for you. Make sure your hair stays out of the way. And then roll back down. Foam roller underneath your buttock, your hips somewhere. And then legs can come straight up. You hold on to the foam roller with your hands. Inhale 6 counts, exhale 6 counts for supported shoulder stand. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh, bend your left knee, and bring your legs towards your chest, exhaling. And then inhale, supporting it nice and slowly. You've got the foam roller there. You can either stabilize it or make it more challenging by not stabilizing it. Drop your left toe to the floor, and then exhale, bring it back up. And then inhale nice and slow, very controlled on the way down. So I'm not rolling off my foam roller. You're helping me go deeper in that place of steadiness and that core stability here. I'm not gripping, I'm not using it, I'm not like using ripping muscles here. It's all about breath, slowness, steadiness, reinforcing that idea of steadiness. How much you move your leg will depend on your strength and your range of motion. So don't worry about it if you do further than me or don't do as far as me. And then left foot flat on the floor. Just let your right leg hang over there. Just take a couple breaths, inhale 6, exhale 6, let this be enough. Let everything relax in the guts, relax in the hips. You're supported with your left foot, supported with your shoulders, and your buttocks are supported by the foam roller. Cross your, now take, instead of a wide cross, just go ahead and cross your right knee over your left. So your legs are tighter. If you can eagle the legs out by actually taking that, locking your ankle, great. Otherwise, just keep a nice tight pencil skirt cross here. Bring the legs back up, and now slowly roll your hips on the foam roller over to the left, only as far as you can control it. And then inhale back to center. Again, exhale, slowly roll your hips to the left and back to center. 2 more times. Exhale, slowly roll your hips to the left, back to center. 1 more time. Slowly roll your hips to the left, back to center. And just for fun, take them to the right and back to center. 3 times in this direction. Exhale, knees to the right and back to center. So you're getting a double whammy here, some core connection. You're also getting to roll out parts of the flesh that's touching the foam roller. Just feeling any of those tension bubbles that might have been trapped in the darkness. Let them come up and release. I think we have 1 more to go. And back to the center. Uncross the legs, both feet flat on the floor, and just take a moment and feel. Relaxing the guts, your back is completely supported here. You should be feeling no pain in your lower back. This whole time, my back is completely supported, so I'm not arching my back. I have support underneath my hips. You can do this whole series without being your hips on a foam roller also, by the way. So cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Exhale, bring your legs up. I'm steadying myself with the foam roller, or I can leave my hands off and it will make it more challenging, or I can hold myself here. Right toe to the floor. Exhale, bring it on in. So I don't want to spew that foam roller out. It stays underneath me the whole time. If you have really slippery fabric, that might be more challenging. Exhale, bring it up. Inhale, back down. Exhale, up. Inhale down. Rest your right foot flat on the floor. Let your left knee just relax out to the side. Inhale 6, exhale 6. Can you relax and just let gravity do the work here instead of forcing that leg down? Here, bring the legs up. Tighter cross with the knees. You can eagle the legs out if you want to. Inhale, exhale, slowly roll your knees, your hips over to your, the knees are going to move over to the right. You're rolling your hips on the foam roller, and exhale back to the center. 4 times to the right. Feeling those pockets, those bubbles of tension where your flesh is touching the foam roller. Connection with your core, so it's nice and controlled without being rigid. So the idea is nice, smooth. I'm just watching a little of the baking shows these days and how they're doing this beautiful piping of like pastry dough and things like that. So this sort of just a really nice smooth piping of your body here, as opposed to just blopping it over there. That's about 4 times to the right. Come back to the center, and let's take 4 times to the left. nice and slow. The idea is not to arch my back, like, and let my ribs pop out there as my knees go to the side, but feel that sense of the front of the spine moving into the body, front of the spine, in my chest. So I'm still inside myself as I twist away from my center. Actually, moving away from my center can help me find more depth inside of me if I allow it to. Okay, this is going to be about my 4th time. Undo the legs, feet flat on the floor, again resting, getting some nice lengthenings in my lower back. Bring the knees back up, and I'll take the feet straight up into your supported shoulder stand again. Externally rotate your thighs and then open your legs into a letter V. Inhale and exhale, bring your heels together, toes out like in a letter V, and then inhale, open, and then exhale, bring them together. Inhale, open, I'm letting mine bounce. You don't have to let yours bounce, and then exhale together. Inhale, and then exhale, slowly bring them together. Inhale, open, bouncing may not feel good to you. I like it, so don't feel like you. I like to drop my legs open and let them bounce, but if that feels a little risky or you feel a little vulnerable there, then just take them down slowly and back up slowly. A couple more of these. And now go ahead and crunch your toes in. I'm still in the flexed position. I'm going to do a few more of these, except my toes are crunched up, like I'm tense. Gripping my feet. Good, and now keep the toes crunched, and now tops of the feet lengthen, and now point through the toes. And now open it up, bring them together, open it up, bring it together, open it up, bring it together, and now just point. So just bring your flex, but only flex the toes back, and then now 3 in this. So we've done 4 positions of the feet here. We've done a flex, we've done a crunch, we've done a point, and we've done a foint, which is that thing between point and flex. And now release your legs. Move the foam roller out and take a moment, a mini shavasana here, just to feel how awesome. I mean, I think that feels awesome, by the way. I just feel so much energy flowing through those dark areas have been rejuvenated. They've been paid attention to, been invited to the party. You can stop here and continue with your shavasana. Or if you want to do one more thing for the shoulders a little bit, take the foam roller long ways, put your bum on top of it, spine along the foam roller, head on the foam roller, shoulder blades dripping down. I'm not poking my chest out, my elbows moving towards the floor, hands pointing in towards the midline. And then inhale, arms straight up. And then exhale, bring my elbows about shoulder width as my arms come out to the side. They may or may not touch the floor here. It's not about popping everything off, but it's about moving my shoulder blades around that foam roller without popping myself off the foam roller. So I'm still sinking deep into the darkness there. Inhale up, and then exhale, arms down. You can melt them or put tone. Inhale, hands up, and then exhale, shoulders, elbows, and then I'm feeling my forearms and hands relax. Just take that a few times. Now open my arms, hands up, and I'll drop my arms down to the sides, straight out down by my body. Inhale up, and take the arms over the head, lengthening my spine. Exhale, down by the sides. Inhale, over the head. Exhale, arms down by the side. Inhale, over the head. Now, if you want to add a little bit more challenge, as you bring your arms down by your side, lift your left leg off the floor. Inhale, leg down, arms over. Change legs. Exhale. Inhale, The idea here is nice and slow and controlled, trying to time everything together. Exhale. Even if you can only get your toe off the floor, that's enough. Whoops, yeah, plopped it down there. Have to really concentrate here. Exhale. Everything arrives at once and arrives at the other side together, ideally. That's what you're going for. Whether it actually happens at the beginning, especially, maybe it won't. And then those of you that have been doing these on your own anyway in your life, you can also just take both legs off the floor as your arms come up and down. But that's really hard, and I'm not going to even, I tried it and I couldn't do it right now, so. And now just take your arms out to the side. You can straighten your legs if you want to. Just take a moment here. Inhale 6, exhale 6, opening the shoulders. If you feel any strain in your back, just roll off your foam roller for mini shavasana. Otherwise, this is a nice chest opener. Or you keep your feet flat on the floor for more back support. Inhale 6, exhale 6. Then slowly roll off your foam roller. Take a mini shavasana. And feel yourself falling deeper and deeper into the center of yourself with each exhale. Surrendering in that vast expanse that is you. So take a deep breath in. Exhale, release. You can gently wiggle fingers and toes a little bit. Roll head side to side. Your improvisational, luxurious stretch as you roll onto one of your sides into a loose fetal position. Take as much time as you like. Feel free to click on the meditation for the week because it is a delicious yoga nidra that pairs really well with this. This can go right before your yoga nidra. And if this is it for you today, and the time we shared today, thank you for going deep with me in honor of the solstice. Namaste.